She's your mom. He's your nephew. She's your neighbor. He's your best friend. Sight loss can happen to anyone, but there's hope. Turn to us at Northeast Sight Services. For over 100 years, our vision has been clear, providing sight loss support and prevention to those in Luzerne, Wyoming, Wayne, and Pike counties. Contact us today at 1-877-693-3555 or at northeastsight.org.
Hi, I'm Megan Carnevale. I direct our marketing efforts here at the Wilkes-Barre Family YMCA. Here at the Y, we're all about strengthening the foundations of our community. And we truly believe that a strong community can only be achieved when we work together. The Wilkes-Barre Family YMCA turns no one away for an inability to pay. We award hundreds of thousands of dollars annually to low-income and underserved children, families, adults, older adults, allowing them to benefit from all our Y has to offer. We have our daycare and preschool programs. They're half day, full day. We really try and cater to any kind of working family. We also have our swim lessons. Those consist of parent-child swim, preschool swim. We have 2 gymnasiums. We have our very large wellness center that's actually located in the original pool that was in the building. We have our Cybex room. We have our Studio X room, which is a relatively new feature. It's really, really fun. Group exercise program, so that's everything from Zumba to yoga to spin to water exercise, which is really fun. No matter what time of day you come, you'll walk through the halls and hear kids laugh and see adults socialize together and smile, and it's a really amazing place to call home. People still think about the Y as a gym and swim, and we really are so much more than that. We have more than 8,000 members we serve annually. We serve hundreds and hundreds of kids in summer camp and after school and youth programs. We've been serving this region for more than 160 years. When you sit down and think about the numbers, it's truly mind-boggling how many people have been affected by the services the Y provides. We serve more than 15,000 individuals annually, so multiply that by 160 years and look where we're at. We offer programs for truly infants through older adults. Everything from summer day camp and after school membership. Live Strong at the YMCA, a program for cancer survivors. We have a pre-diabetes program, an arthritis program. There's really something for everyone. It's just really fun to see the circle of life. I took gymnastics classes here at the Y when I was a kid. Now my kids are upstairs in daycare, and that story resonates with so many different people. It seems like no matter who you talk to, everyone has a Y story, and the one that we hear most common is I learned to swim at the Y, which is a really fun and exciting thing. We welcome everyone here, no matter your age, culture, background, socioeconomic status. It's just a place where people can kind of come together and just be themselves. No matter where you are, you hear laughter, you see smiles, and people come here to de-stress and feel free, and you will leave in a better mood. You'll leave in a better version of yourself. Our goal is to strengthen the foundation of our community, and we believe by investing in our kids, in our adults, that's the way to do it. It's really special to see kids grow in mind and body. It's really special to see adults with disabilities interact with their peers as if nothing's wrong. It's a safe, fun place to be for everybody. To call that your job, it's amazing. It's just a sense of, we're all in this together. We're all searching for a healthier lifestyle. We're all searching for really fun, exciting, wonderful opportunities for our kids. And this is a place that offers all of that. And if you take a step back and think about that, it's a really exciting thing.
In your arms I belong. In your arms I belong. In your arms hold me strong. In your arms. In your eyes I get lost. In your eyes I get lost. In your eyes there's no cause. In your eyes, well, I swear by the way that you stare at me, there's no other place I'd rather be. Well, in your heart I will stay. In your heart I will stay. In your heart every day. In your heart. I swear by the way that you stare at me, there's no other place I'd rather be. In your arms I belong. In your arms I belong. In your arms hold me strong. In your arms. In your arms I belong. In your arms.
This is the Taylor Community Library. We are located in the borough of Taylor and are part of the Lackawanna County Library System. We do a wide variety of programs for everyone in our community. There are toddler and age story times with Miss Mary. We have Read to the Cats programs and Read to the Dogs programs, as well as kids cooking classes, Lego Club, and the Down and Dirty Diggers Gardening Club. The teens at our library are engaged in our arts program, which include painting classes and altered books. They are also involved in community projects such as making plastic bag mats for the homeless population. Adults have many activities to choose from as well. There are Art Deco mesh wreath classes, cooking classes, Polish language classes, book clubs, crochet club, and many, many more. We also partner with organizations in the county and do a wide variety of outreach programs. Some of these programs include Art in the Park, Art Engaged, Library Night at the Rail Riders, Local Heroes Day, Senior Health Fairs, Stories on the Lackawanna County Heritage Trail, and many, many more. Libraries just aren't for books anymore. We have books, large print materials, downloadable books, audiobooks, periodicals, Blu-rays, CDs. We have public access computers, Wi-Fi, and mobile printing available. So stop by, meet our staff, and check us out. You will be glad you did.
Equine-assisted therapy is a very unique type of therapy. It is unlike the traditional type of therapy that you would be in a office with a therapist of any kind, that it is really an experience that the kids have. When kids come here, their concept, their understanding of trust has been so damaged that for them to be able to talk sometimes feels impossible.
It started several years ago with integrating some police officers into sessions here at Marley's Mission. And then when we had the tragedy with Officer John Wilding, we had a very specific group of officers who needed some help. And then we have 40 kids here who definitely need a positive role model, and they also need a different view of officers. A lot of times the kids that come here, even though their trauma isn't specifically related to law enforcement, an officer has come into their home and has taken away a loved one for cause. So infusing the two, law enforcement with our kids, made sense to give these kids a much more positive perception of what police officers are, that they are human, that they feel pain. And the main goal was to be able to heal both law enforcement and these kids and give both of them some perspective.
My name is Anthony Shields, and I'm a patrolman for the Scranton Police Department.
Scott Benzaleski, and I'm a patrolman.
Eric Lindsay, and I'm a patrolman with the Scranton Police Department.
My name is Dan Schaufler. I'm a patrolman with the City of Scranton. I was asked by Mary Wilding to come up to help with troubled kids who were victims of some sort of abuse.
As soon as I got word of that, I figured it's time for me to pitch in, and I better fill out that application ASAP.
She said that John would be proud for me to come here.
I really wasn't sure what to think. You know, I Googled it. I watched a couple of YouTube videos and said, what am I getting myself into?
I don't deal with kids besides in the work aspect, but I had a real good time with them.
Just kind of looked at it with an open mind, didn't really know what to expect.
I have a 2-year-old, so I wasn't really prepared for this age group, and I was a little nervous at first, but as the week went on, we all got to be friends.
We were, group leaders, so just kind of walked into it blindly, and we had a great time.
We did arts and crafts. We made dream catchers. We did games. We had a slip and slide. Played with paint, obviously. We did a mud runner, which was fun. It was awesome, actually.
These kids were thrilled to race police officers in the Marley's Mudder. And then if they won, then they got to say, I beat a police officer in an obstacle course, so it just kind of elevated the situation.
We've all suffered some sort of trauma, whether it was the guys from the police department that suffered the traumatic loss of John, and the kids that are here. We're all here for the same reason.
We talk to our spouses. Sometimes we talk to each other, but not often. And it made it easier to bring some emotions to the surface instead of just kind of choking them down all the time. Mainly because we got to see these kids dealing with their traumas, their abuses, and they were great kids. They were a lot of fun. And you start thinking that, these kids are handling the stuff that they're handling so well. It leaves the door open for us to be able to handle it on the way home. And it was an absolute great thing. It did lift a lot of weight off our shoulders.
Here's a big thing you don't really know about us, okay? Tony, myself, Eric, and Mr. Benzaleski here, is, I know, I just like, well, it's something new. Kyle.
They don't.
Kyle, I apologize. I thought y'all knew. We're all Scranton police officers. Okay? We've been police officers for quite a few years.
For them not to know that we were police officers until the very end, I think it gave them a new look at police officers. Like, we could be your friend, and we're not going to hurt you.
They don't get to interact with us on a day-to-day basis. They might look at us differently. So if them getting to know us outside of the job and getting to know us as a person, I think it kind of shocked some of them when they found out what we do for a living.
And when I had said that we're police officers, the one girl in particular, whose father was a state trooper who had passed, she just kind of stared at me for a couple minutes and then smiled.
My group was so surprised. They had no idea. And they're like, you're the best kind of counselor ever, which I was.
And like, we didn't know you were a cop. And I said, well, what did you expect me to be if you knew I was a cop? And so they thought, they just didn't have an answers. They really don't. I don't think they realize that police officers are people who just choose that line of work.
Well, I think that the kids, in many of their cases, needed to restore faith or restore trust in authority. And the police officers, I think, needed a restoration of faith and trust in what they do, and that it is doing good. Because I can't imagine putting on that uniform every day, and especially in the months and now years since Officer Wilding passed away, putting that uniform on and realizing that your job could be fatal without knowing that it's doing some good. And for that week, they got to see it right in front of them while also having a lot of fun. I think anybody can see the value of being a kid and going to a place where childhood is nurtured. And once you're up at the farm, you understand what that means.
You know, we came here with the mission to help out these kids and help them move forward in their lives. And by the end of the week, you start to realize that they're actually helping us do the same.
Going forward out of here, it just makes it easier to talk about. And it makes it easier to, if I need to reach out for something to somebody to let them know about something, I know I can, and I know the avenue to do it.
This is one of the top 5 experiences of my life.
This was great. This was awesome.
It is probably one of the top 3, I would put it in.
This would definitely be in the top 5. It's very gratifying to come out here and lend a hand.
You will absolutely see me here next year.
I think celebrating 10 years for me is something that I really didn't think possible back in 2010 when we opened the doors on Lake Ariel. And we had such a small client population, a rented farm, 6 horses, and now here we are serving over 900 kids from 15 counties in Northeastern Pennsylvania. Amazing people on the ground helping these kids. It's just something inconceivable at the time.
They came from such very, very humble beginnings. And it was really those humble beginnings that defined the organization. Hardworking people that cared about their community, cared about others. Most importantly, cared about the kids in our community. And Marley's mission needed to be a part of that.
My brother told me to go meet April at a function. I knew it involved horses, and that was it. Very moving, as we all know. But I still don't really know what I was signing up for. Like, I grew up riding horses, I knew that. And I said, sure, I'll give it a try, why not? How they do train you in this model is they want you to volunteer and be clients. And there's very much not a breakdown, but a very intense emotional experience that I think they expect or want you to have at these trainings. And that did happen on the last day for April and I think that was it. That was the moment.
On a fall day back in September of 2010, I ran into Jean downtown, and We talked for a little bit, and I asked him about Marley's mission, how's it going, and is there anything that I could do? And he said, well, actually, we're getting a group of people together. We're gonna have a fundraising gala type party. We're not really sure yet. I said, oh, count me in, absolutely.
My daughter Maggie Martinelli had gone to the first gala, and she came home and she said, Mom, this organization is just amazing.
This woman came into the store, and her name is Donna Nasser, and she had come in and she was looking for a donation. And she began to explain why she was there and talk about Marley's mission, who I didn't even know what Marley's mission was. It just did something to me that day, and I just started reading everything I could about Marley's mission, and next thing I know, I was calling and saying I wanted to get involved, and how can I get involved? How can I help? What can I do?
Don't have to be defined by what happened to you. There is the justice. I think that's true justice.
That's why we're hopeful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brings you hope.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Marley's mission was a godsend for my youngest son. It helped him open up. It helped him express his feelings in a safe environment. It was something that he actually looked forward to going, and it just brought a smile to his face during a really dark time in our life.
I feel like a lot of the times, like, you go to an office, like a therapist's office, and it's like a doctor's office. It's very serious, it's very, like, not welcoming, but it was comfortable, like, immediate ease, I guess. It made it less terrifying.
It started December 7th, 2018. My 13-year-old son, Finley Barrett O'Malley, took his life.
When I was 15, my best friend's dad raped me at her birthday party. So that's why.
Eamon wanted to see him. He wanted to sit with him, and I went back and forth. I'm like, oh, I don't know if that's a good idea, but at the same time, I didn't want to deprive him of his brother. So he saw a lot too. We didn't go back to the house for a while. We stayed with a family member. But when we went back to the house, that's when I noticed my youngest son was having a lot of trouble.
It was a party. There were so many other kids there, and like it could have been any of them, and I can't imagine how I would feel if it were one of my friends. So definitely but I could see their house through the woods, so it was like no matter where I was, it was there.
A student, well-rounded, played baseball, played basketball, was starting to fail in school, and he was starting to misbehave in school.
I don't remember a lot of that time because I was just kind of like a vessel, like just moving, like not really much in me.
I was in therapy, and my therapist told me about Marley's mission. And I immediately left and made the call, and I spoke to April, and we got him up there.
I think it was my mom that found it. I was so scared because I had never seen a therapist before. Like, I didn't know what they were gonna ask me. And it was still like really early on in the process, like, so a lot was happening. Like, it was a year before anything was kind of solid. So I had all of this in my mind, and then I was like, therapy's expensive, like how am I gonna pay for this? But we got there, and I was like, okay, this is really just a farm. This is okay.
I said, give it a chance. And if you tell me you don't wanna do it, then we won't go back. Well, after the first day there, he was elated to go back. He was so excited. He wouldn't tell me everything, but he told me that he's like, oh, I told Barkley a lot about Finley. And that was his way of opening up.
Well, I picked a horse that was very stubborn, and that day he would not come down from the pasture. And I did get him. He released a bit of his stubbornness and came on down.
And it was very therapeutic for me too. It opened up my eyes. And I just got to see him communicate with Barkley, and he was telling him about Finley. He was telling him about things that were happening at school, just everything, and just normal 9-year-old stuff too, which was so great to see him open up to this horse, this big, large horse.
Oh, that makes so much sense. And like I can use the tools that they taught me then, even now, like for things that are completely unrelated or that still come up. They were there to help me. It wasn't like a project. Like they genuinely cared about me feeling better, and they would have kept going until I did.
When I saw Eamon at Marley's Mission opening up to a horse, I said to myself, I'm like, oh, I wish I knew about this for Finley. Because this, I truly believe, would have helped him. Because I think he would have really expressed himself more to an animal than to a human being.
And like once someone has given you like that gift of feeling better, like it's contagious, you want to spread it. I want to help people, and like my dream, I want to have an orphanage, a foster home really. I know they don't have orphanages anymore, but like that's my goal. Like I want to take these kids that no one is loving or helping and help them. And I don't think that I would be okayed enough to do that if I hadn't gone and gotten help myself.
I have kids approach me, I'm a teacher as well, and I handle what they say to me a little differently than I did in the past. So what moves me is just helping others.
I think at this point it's more, don't get lazy. Like you're on the right track, keep doing what you're doing because it's right, it's working. You're making good choices. Keep making the good choices. Like, don't slip into the bad ones. Don't get lazy.
I think our community as a whole, whether you're with Marley's Mission, you're with another nonprofit in the area, your volunteers are moving you. They're making you better. They're making you succeed. And I feel like our volunteer corps are what keeps the mission new.
The need is never ending. We wish it would. The best news we would have is tomorrow there's no longer a need to treat children who've experienced physical or emotional trauma. The question for each of us is, what can we do to help a child build hope in their life so that they can become defined not by what may have happened to them or what they may have experienced, but rather their own potential.
It's an honorable place for me to be, and a blessing to have been there through all the steps and all the growth and all the ups and all the downs to see where it is now. It's amazing.
And it's free of charge.
That's why we're hopeful. And it's free of charge.
And it's free of charge, and that's the thing. That's why.
They don't have to worry about it. There's no charge. It's
right.
just like
no questions asked.
They're
no
there
charge.
to help.
I don't think everyone gets to include their passion in their profession like I have been able to. It changed my life forever in the sense that it was me all along. This is what I was born to do.
Lots of fun.
What do you, as you walk?
What's offered here is anything and everything. Occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, education, socialization, fantastic teachers, fantastic staff.
Do you want more?
It has been around for 95 years, and it started out servicing a need of children in the community. And as things change, WVCA continues to grow and change with those needs.
Play. Play. Look at Michelle. Play. Good boy! More, yeah. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go!
When you get a diagnosis that your child's different, when you get that diagnosis and you learn that she's developmentally behind by a couple years, you almost don't realize it. So we started Julia here, and she was 2.5 years behind, I think, on her language, and she's now in kindergarten, and we just had her reevaluation, and she's completely on track for everything. To say that this school changed her life is kind of an understatement.
You are so good at it.
Going back to when we learned about what's going on with Ella, I was nervous. We were getting close to school age, and I thought, where am I going to find a place that meets our expectations? Where am I going to feel comfortable in dropping my child off and leaving her in someone's care? I just couldn't even imagine it. But looking more into it, and my friends were, telling me of different places to check out first, and I came here and I just immediately felt like this connection, and I just knew that this was the place for Ella.
When we came here, we just couldn't be more happy.
Good job. Thank you.
I think one of the things that makes it special is the reverse inclusion program, which you really don't find in other places, where children with IEPs and disabilities are learning beside children who are typical.
It's a place to watch your children become incredible humans at a young age, and watch your children grow in a way that you didn't think was possible. Whether they're a typical child, whether they're a child with a disability, they're going to leave this place doing something you did not think they could do when they came in here.
Yep, we're live. Yo, everybody, it's Mike from the Whitbeck Insurance Agency here, and you're joining us for the first annual Whitbeck Insurance Picnic. Now, the picnic was in full effect outside, and we were kicking it Whitbeck party style, but unfortunately, some clouds and rain rolled in, so we had to move the party inside. But that's not going to stop the fun, and how could we go wrong with Molly the intern as our Batgirl?
Okay, your turn. Go.
Let's do this.
All right. We're going all day here with food and games and good times. Now, I know a lot of you didn't respond to the Facebook invite, but that's cool. You can still make it.
They seem to think people are going to want to be here for this.
But you better hurry, because we already ran out of deviled eggs from the deviled egg eating contest, which I kicked butt in. But there's plenty more food and good time.
Go.
I'm up again.
You're up again. Go. And we still have the Coney Island egg creams made with Ed's secret recipe, which we were able to work into a little drinking game along with our Dizzy Bat Marathon. And we still have plenty of lemonade, even though I drank like a pitcher of it. And after the deviled egg eating contest, we went in the bounce house. We were tearing it up in there for a while.
Yeah!
Do it again. Do another flip. Do another flip. You did a flip. But we had to come in when the wind kicked up out there. And you know us, though. We're not going to let little bad weather ruin the day, right, Ed?
You got it, Mike. Dizzy Bat is in full effect.
Did they mention that the deviled eggs were in Mike's hot car all morning?
Yeah, Amy told us not to eat eggs, but that only makes us want them more.
Yeah, and we're not going to let some party pooper tell us. Some party pooper tell us what to do.
They told me I would be getting college credit for this. I don't think I'm getting college credit for this.
Oh. Okay. So if you're in the area, come. Mike, you want to
I have 1 week left.
Hi there. We're Gaslight Theater Company, an award-winning nonprofit theater based right here in Northeastern Pennsylvania. We're humbly asking you to join us today for NEPA Gives and help support our goal in securing a new home. For almost 20 years, our mission has been based in education, presenting underproduced, classical, and original works. Since our founding in 2003, we've produced nearly 40 main stage plays and musicals, and 60 original one-acts, all by regional playwrights.
As a playwright, I am eternally grateful and proud of the work that Gaslight has done to support and produce original work, from one-acts to full-length featured plays. This is one of the founding principles of Gaslight Theater Company, and only one of the many reasons why it continues to thrive.
We've workshopped scripts, run high school camps, and held educational talkbacks.
We approached Gaslight to add dimension to an exhibition that featured Irish poetry. Our Joint Readers Theater production of Jez Butterworth's The Ferryman showed our students how to bring works of art to life. Our students are already asking when we can do this again, so we're ready, Gaslight, whenever you are.
In our last 2 seasons alone, we entertained almost 2,000 audience members. And in our first 2 years as members of the Northeastern Pennsylvania Theater Alliance, we received 30 performance, directing, writing, and technical award nominations, confirming that our mission has an impact. We think we're pretty neat, and that's obvious, but we're also on the board of directors, and we're pretty much required to say that. So don't just take our word for it.
Gaslight Theater has this amazing and unique gift that no matter whether you are involved in a production in any way, shape, or form, big or small, or you're an audience member, in either of those capacities, you feel like you are truly a part of Gaslight. There's just something about where they go that extra mile, and it's like they understand and bridge that gap between the performers and the crew and the audience, and it's just this one unique experience that we all are having at the same time, and it's just super special. It's something that I've just always walked away with feeling that has always stuck with me, and I think that's super cool.
Gaslight Theater Company was born in Northeastern Pennsylvania, and it has stayed true to its roots, transforming local storefronts, warehouses, and churches by building stages that allow our imagination to explore who we are and reflect on our shared humanity. Art builds community.
Gaslight is special to me because of their dedication to artistic integrity and quality theatrical productions.
What I love about Gaslight is the fact that they have this amazing ability to have fun and create community while performing these amazing, truthful, honest, unique, and extremely original shows that I just feel like everybody could enjoy.
Gaslight is special because not only are they one of the only theater companies in the area doing Shakespeare, but they make it fun and palatable for all of the audiences that come to see it.
Gaslight Theater Company is special to me because it has challenged me to go beyond my limits as an actor, but also has matured me as a performer.
What I love most about Gaslight is the theater's ability to bring together creatives of all different types. So whether they be actors, writers, directors, designers, they can all come together and work on works that are original, works that they put all of their energy and effort and creative juices into.
Now, as the board of directors, take our word for it.
You've seen us pop up in other theaters, shared art spaces, and storefronts.
But now our hearts are set on a more permanent home.
We have long wanted to move to downtown Wilkes-Barre.
And the accelerating energy in the revitalization of the area only makes this truer for us.
We've had promising discussions with supporters across Luzerne County, and now our goal is to get downtown.
But we can't do this alone.
Please consider donating to our fundraising initiative today.
With your support, we'll finally have a place to call home and be able to stop asking everyone to help us move.
Go Gaslight!
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 Hello, I'm Marianne Savakinis, the Executive Director of the Lackawanna Historical Society. The Society was founded in 1886, just 8 years after the incorporation of Lackawanna County. It's the oldest cultural institution in the county, and for 134 years we have strived to collect, preserve, and interpret the history of our community. History happens every day, and it is our job to capture the moments that matter. Right now, we're living through one of those moments, and the Historical Society has been working hard to document this historic time. We are joining local partners to make sure that artifacts like PPE, signs about social distancing, and yes, even toilet paper, are being collected and saved to illustrate and interpret the story for the future. We are also actively collecting personal stories about how local residents are living with COVID-19 through an online data collection survey on our website. The Historical Society has always been a resource where people can come to trace their family roots, look for the history of an old business, or simply browse historic images of their neighborhood. But we also provide a unique opportunity to learn. Our educational programs and lectures not only engage the community in an entertaining way, but also educate participants and help to define our sense of place. The story of Lackawanna County is not just what happened here, but what happened to people who shaped our region into what it is today. It's a story of how our ancestors contributed to our national development, from an early pioneer settlement through the Industrial Revolution. We embrace their heritage and welcome new immigrant groups who continue to bring their traditions to the Valley. The Lackawanna Historical Society tells the stories of local residents who served as Revolutionary War soldiers and in every war since then. We celebrate women and men who fought for suffrage, fair wages, and an 8-hour day. In the Society's archives, things are bursting with stories of famous movie stars, baseball players, scientists, painters, and politicians, as well as lesser-known stories about individuals who simply lived, worked, and died here. Our mission is to inspire exploration of the county's history in any and all ways possible. Right now, like so many people, we are challenged to find a new way to do our job. We need to continue to engage and educate the public at a time when people can use some distraction.
We've met this challenge by enhancing our online presence. I'm Sarah Piccini, the Assistant Director of the Lackawanna Historical Society. One of our first programs was the COVID-19 Data Archive Project. We're collecting stories about history as it happens. We've received more than 400 stories so far. Each day on our Facebook page, the Daily Diversions share part of our photo collection and historical objects with members and friends. Our local history curriculum, The Story of Scranton, has been posted on our website as well to help online learners learn more about the history of Scranton and the wider region. We've also taken our local history game show, You Live Here, You Should Know This, online after doing it in person for 10 years. We partnered with ECTV to broadcast the game show so participants could watch contestants answer questions about local history topics. We've partnered with local high school and college students for Every Picture Tells a Story, a photo project to document Lackawanna County under quarantine. The students have been working with Scranton Times photojournalist Jake Stevens to document what the county looks like without people around. We've also taken some of our popular lectures and programs online via Zoom with Lackawanna Past Times, a weekly series of lectures and presentations on local history topics ranging from trolleys to local theater magnate Sylvester Poloy to women's suffrage in the region. Lastly, on our website is a ghostly gallery where some of the portraits that are hanging around in the Catlin House have been animated. The portraits have been left alone to their own devices for quite some time, and they got rowdy and wanted to tell their stories.
As I said, the Lackawanna Historical Society has been working to tell our story for more than 130 years, and we need your support to keep telling it. Please consider making a donation today to help keep history alive. Thank you.
I personally would like to continue to support the Historical Society because I think it serves a unique niche in our community. It provides, through its mission, the preservation of the history through its collection materials, the history of Lackawanna County, but it also provides great service to the community through its programming opportunities. It's now online activities as a result of the COVID-19 situation that we find ourselves in.
Heritage through a vital link to our cultural, educational, aesthetic, inspirational, and economic legacies, all the things that quite literally make us who we are.
I support the Lackawanna Historical Society because I've always believed that the history of the city of Scranton and the Lackawanna Valley and its creation to a thriving metropolis from a wilderness is a very, very unique story. It happened once in one place in a period of time and it may never happen again. And I think it's a very important story to preserve and to tell. And I love the house. I've always loved the house.
Why do I support the Lackawanna Historical Society? Because I was born and raised in Lackawanna County. I think it's the best county in the whole world. The things we do, the people we are, the generosity of spirit, it can't get any better than to have the people that we've had before us happening now and yet to come. We are blessed with the heritage, with all of our historic buildings, the workmanship, the craftsmanship, and the generosity of spirit that we have. I am proud to be a part of this, and I couldn't think of a better place to come to.
A little more brief than my friends here, but I support the Lackawanna Historic Society because it tells our history.
I support the Historical Society because I've always been a lover of history, and I love the fact that the Historical Society does so many programs that are open to the public and free to the public, and it's a very engaging.
The citizens in Lackawanna County, so I want to be one of those people to keep it moving forward for the next generation.
I support the Lackawanna Historical Society because it brings to life the people who came here before we did, the immigrants from so many places around the world, and they actually they were leaders in the Industrial Revolution, and we are telling their history.
shows that the Lackawanna Historical Society, it is an important community resource deserving of financial support.
When it don't come easy, be the river running through. When it don't come easy, nobody's gonna save you. We're down the mountains, we're down the earth. Tough as it may seem, when it don't come easy. Oh, the river keeps running downstream. There's a hook-nosed man hiding in the craters of the moon. He's been aiming his spotlight at all my faults. I try to slip in between the slats of the light, but I'm having no luck at all. Ooh. So I'm busy wasting my time staring back at the past, falling behind. Now I'm dancing alone in the graphite night, or the midnight haze that whispers. I strain to listen, and I meet my shadow saying, when it don't come easy, be the river running through. When it don't come easy, nobody's gonna save you. Way down the mountains, way down the earth. Tough as it may seem, when it don't come easy. Oh, the river keeps running downstream. I've been sanding down my splintered heart, catching all the sediment of trial and error. It's come to settle like sawdust in my